Can you believe some people are actually forgetting about the Golden State Warriors? I know, it's crazy, right? This is a team who, in the last 6 years, went to 5 straight NBA Finals and actually won 3 championships during that run. So after taking a gap year, if you will, last season, this team is back and they're younger, they're healthier, and they are hungrier. In today's video, I'm laying out the new faces on this Golden State Warriors team, how these players all fit together, and my prediction for this season. Hey, it's Troy. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notification bells. I'm posting fresh videos on this channel several times a week. We're going for 415 likes on this video, and if you've got a San Francisco phone number, then you know what I'm talking about with that 415 number. Also, make sure you stay until the end of this video to hear my exclusive prediction for the Golden State Warriors this season. When you talk about Golden State, you gotta mention what happened last year. Basically, the worst case scenario when it comes to injuries for this team. Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Kevon Looney all experienced some level of injury last year. For Klay and Steph, it was basically an entire lost season. So the rash of injuries actually dropped the Warriors down to the bottom of the NBA standings, but the team is back this year. They are ready to reclaim their spot in the NBA's elite. And that all begins and ends with Steph Curry. Let's talk about him. He is going to go down in Warriors history. Steph Curry was limited to only 5 games last year due to a broken hand, but he is back and he is ready to take on this season. What can you say about Steph? He's got the shooting. He's got the playmaking. He has the outstanding basketball IQ. He could be seeing MVP numbers. This is a comeback season for Steph Curry. He will be creating the offense that is going to keep the engine of this Golden State team going from game to game. This guy has been defying the odds since he came into the league out of Davidson, and it's going to continue next year. That's, of course, assuming he stays healthy. But if he does, I expect about 25 points per game for Steph Curry. We can also expect a little bit more to be asked of Steph Curry defensively because Klay Thompson, one of the best defenders on Golden State's team, is out for the 2nd year in a row, this time with a torn Achilles. And since Klay Thompson is out at that shooting guard spot, the Warriors went and got reinforcements in the form of Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre just had a breakout season with the Phoenix Suns last year, and with that brought career highs in points and in rebounds. He's a solid shooter, also very efficient from the field. He also has some defensive tools to help offset what was lost with the injury to Klay Thompson. He's not going to beat Klay, of course. Klay is a multi-time All-Star, but Kelly Oubre, I think, can give you at least 2/3 of what Klay can give you as far as points goes. In terms of defense, Kelly Oubre isn't at Klay's level, but he's able to hustle. He can switch on to other guys. He's a very long player, and when he's on the floor, he's not going to just be a sieve on defense. He's not going to kill you in that area. So those are the guard spots, but let's look a little bit further into this Golden State roster. Check out Andrew Wiggins. He is the biggest question, I think, for the Golden State Warriors this season. Only played a few games with the Warriors after coming over in that trade from the Minnesota Timberwolves. Andrew Wiggins, big things were expected from this guy. Former #1 overall pick. His problem, though, he's just never been able to take that next step, and he's never been able to be consistent for an entire season. He's a guy who is paid like a superstar, but in reality is more of a 3rd or 4th option right now. I'm eager to see what he looks like being in that Golden State system for a full year. He's a nice cutter. He's got a good transition game. He also has the tools to be a lockdown defender. I think even better than Kelly Oubre or Klay Thompson if Andrew Wiggins was really able to put it all together. So can the Warriors unlock Andrew Wiggins? We'll have to wait and see. So let's talk about Draymond Green, because if Steph Curry is the offensive engine for this team, then Draymond Green is the defensive anchor. But in terms of Draymond's defense, of course, he's that former Defensive Player of the Year. He'll disrupt ball handlers. He's going to make guys uncomfortable when he's guarding them one-on-one. He knows what those opponents are going to do. He uses his length, he switches on defense, and he is an all-around elite defensive player. Due to all the injuries from his teammates last year, Draymond Green was forced to be more of a go-to guy on the Warriors, and that is not his role. Draymond Green is more about playmaking and defense. He's always communicating with his teammates. He has great court awareness, awesome court vision. His basketball IQ, maybe even better than Steph Curry's, but he knows the games of his teammates and of his opponents inside and out. I think that bodes well for guys like Andrew Wiggins and Kelly Oubre because Draymond Green will really be able to learn their games very quickly and help them to adapt to that offense. Could be a really exciting dynamic with the new guys. And then at the center spot, if I said Andrew Wiggins was the biggest question mark, then James Wiseman looks to be the second biggest question mark. He's a really skilled big man who was just drafted with the number 2 overall pick. He's 7'1", 7'5" wingspan, very, very young, only 19 years old. His stats in college were ridiculous. Played at the University of Memphis, averaged about 19 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks per game. He has only played 3 games since high school, though. He was suspended by the NCAA for some violations. As far as James Wiseman's game, he's more of a rim runner right now. Solid rebounder, pretty good shot blocker. He'll get his points on putbacks and shots close to the basket. It would be good if he could extend his range, but he does have the shooting mechanics that show that he could potentially do that one day. But he has to become more than just a rim runner. He needs to be a consistent defender, and he needs to give it his all whenever he's on the court at all times. But James Wiseman is still young, he's still learning the game, and that's alright, because when was the last time a guy who was drafted as high as him and with as much potential as him went to a team with championship aspirations? First guy I think about is Darko Milicic with the Pistons back in the early 2000s. I think we're all expecting more from James Wiseman, though, than we got from Darko. The thing about Wiseman, he can be brought along slowly and without the added pressure that most high picks usually have. It's also going to be up to the coach and the other starters to help James Wiseman be comfortable. They'll have to get him the ball in good spots. They need to keep his confidence up when he has bad games. Because, frankly, he's going to look like a rookie a lot of times when he's out there on the floor. And I think on the nights when he doesn't have it, you'll have Draymond Green to move to that center spot. The Warriors can go small. The thing about Wiseman, though, he's going to serve as the bridge from the old guard to the new guard in terms of who the next franchise player could be. In 4 years, he could be one of the best players on the Warriors, maybe even in the NBA. In terms of who the Warriors have on their bench, they've got Eric Pascal, who is a Villanova guy. Those Villanova guys always do really well in the NBA. He averaged 14 points, 6 rebounds last year. Remember, he was a second-round pick. He's going to add to that bench depth. Along with James Wiseman, Pascal could be the future of this Warriors team. You've also got Kent Bazemore. He's a 3-and-D guy, a great veteran player, hits those open shots and can really get after it. The Warriors will count on him to be one of their most consistent bench players because, after all, Kent Bazemore has stuck around the league for a long time and for a reason. You also have Brad Wanamaker backing up Steph Curry at that point guard spot. Only his 3rd year in the league, but already nearing 30 years old. He played overseas for the first part of his career. Then you'll have guys like Damian Lee, Jordan Poole, who can help back up at the guard spots. Kevon Looney, Marquise Chris can help back up at that 4 and 5 spot. Then you have the young guys like Michael Mulder, Nico Mannion, who's on the 2-way deal, and Alan Smailagic, who's a nice big man with lots of potential. So what's my prediction for the Golden State Warriors during this season? Well, assuming the team stays healthy, assuming they don't make any major trades, I see the Warriors as a number 4 seed and making it to the Western Conference Finals. That's what I think, but guys, let me know what you think in the comments. How far do you think the Warriors will go this year? What type of season are they going to have? If you've enjoyed this content, make sure you like the video, going for 415 likes this time around, and subscribe to the channel as well because I have new NBA content all the time. Make sure you click the boxes on the screen to show support for the channel. Hope you enjoyed today's video. This is Troy, and I'll catch you next time on the Half Court Report.